So my question to you is, I found just a non-felony amount of weed in that ashtray in the back, as well as in that basketball sleeve. So I'm gonna go over here and talk to these guys, and someone has to get charged with it.
Breaking news out of Atlanta, a city frozen in shock tonight as King Harris fights for his life. Just after 3 a.m., the stillness of the city cracked open when whispers began leaking from deep inside an ICU. King Harris, the son of rap legend T.I. and R&B icon Tiny, is said to be hanging on by a thread, locked in a brutal fight between life and death. Sources close to the family shared the words no parent should ever hear: prepare for the worst. Connected to life support, King's heartbeat grows weaker with every passing second, each monitor beep marking time slipping away. Doctors now warn the next 24 hours will decide everything. Inside the hospital, witnesses describe a scene too painful to watch: Tiny collapsing in the hallway, overwhelmed by unbearable grief as loved ones rush to hold her upright.
Hit me and give me my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay? I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas, his ass going to prison. If you got to keep this up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had the conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Because I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's gonna turn out.
That raw footage has now taken over social media, millions of fans praying, begging for a miracle. But what started as a medical emergency is twisting into something far darker. A leaked medical file allegedly reveals injuries too precise to be accidental, deep marks and bruises that appear intentional. Then came an audio clip said to capture a prison guard murmuring, "The order came from above. We just cleared the way." Those chilling words ignited the internet, fueling theories that someone wanted King silenced for good, and the story only grows more disturbing. New rumors claim a hidden hospital camera shows masked figures slipping into King's ICU room, tampering with his life support equipment. The footage remains unverified, but even the thought has terrified fans everywhere. Because now, the unthinkable question lingers: is King Harris truly safe, even inside a hospital room?
Alright, I need you to step out the vehicle.
What you want to do? You want to take my gun off my head?
Yes, sir.
There's one in the head.
Does your buddy have one as well?
What's the guns in here?
Alright, just hang tight right here for me. Let me clear this. I don't want any accidental fires.
There's no safety. You gotta take.
There's no safety.
You can take
Okay.
the clip out of it.
Well, I'm not gonna mess around with that too much. Let me just set this down right here. Dude, step
Can I
out
get
for
out
me.
now?
Yes, sir. Place your hands behind your back for me. Alright, right now you're just being detained. You're not under arrest.
Are you straight?
I'm gonna be at the church. Alright, I appreciate you being cool, man. We're just gonna take a look at this information, make sure it's valid.
I ain't sure this.
Just take the step to the side for me.
Outside, chaos turned heartbreakingly human. T.I. stood before a swelling crowd, his voice shaking, eyes heavy with fear. "He's just a kid. Please, don't let them take my son," he cried out. That raw moment spread like wildfire. Social media flooded with hashtag pray for King and hashtag justice for King Harris. Millions united in grief. But not everyone showed compassion. Online critics twisted the pain, calling it karma and dragging up T.I.'s past while his family begged for mercy. Inside those hospital walls, King's condition took a deadly turn from critical but stable to full-blown multi-organ failure. Doctors rotated through sleepless shifts, doing everything possible to keep him alive. Yet behind closed doors, whispers grew darker, quiet talk of possible interference. Even nurses and guards were said to be uneasy, afraid something bigger was unfolding around them. Outside, grief turned into movement. Hundreds became thousands, candles flickering, voices rising together. Some prayed, others demanded answers, chanting, "Protect King, we want the truth." Above it all, helicopters hovered, their blades echoing the city's pain, and inside, T.I. paced, endlessly, exhausted, restless, refusing to leave his son's side as the world waited for a single sign of hope.
A lot of people hit me up like, "King, I know you tired. You ain't getting no sleep." And the truth be told, before this little I ain't been getting no sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just been outside working, lifestyle. You know, lifestyle just lifing. You know what I'm saying? And but now I'm damn sure not getting no sleep. This up every morning, And then around the morning time, he like to do that little live concert I be doing with him. And he like to walk around the house. So
Every time someone whispers let him go, Tiny shatters again, trembling, her face swollen from endless tears. The grief isn't confined to the hospital anymore. It's rippling through the entire entertainment world. 50 Cent, Meek Mill, and Kanye West have all posted cryptic messages, some warning of dark industry powers, others hinting that something far bigger is unfolding behind closed doors. And yet, the silence from certain A-list names only fuels suspicion. Are they protecting someone? Or protecting themselves? Whispers grow louder that King was targeted over unreleased music, songs said to expose powerful figures. Insiders call it betrayal from within his own circle. Others whisper of deeper governmental shadows at play. Through the chaos, the Harris family faces an unbearable reality. Doctors are quietly asking them to review end-of-life papers, forms no parent should ever have to see. Hope is fading fast, and the truth feels merciless. King may not survive the night. What began as a tragedy now looks like a full-blown conspiracy, maybe even the spark of something much bigger. And through it all, one broken voice rises above the chaos, T.I., crying out, God, please, don't let them take my son.
Got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one.
Inside the ICU, chaos explodes like a thunderclap. Nurses rush frantically with crash carts, monitors blaring as the room fills with piercing alarms, each sound slicing deeper into the family's souls. By 5 a.m., the unthinkable moment arrived. Doctors pulled T.I. and Tiny aside, their expressions heavy with sorrow. If his vitals don't hold, we might have to let him go, one whispered. Those words hit like a death sentence. Witnesses say Tiny's knees gave out instantly. She crumpled to the floor, shaking, crying out, please, not my baby. Her desperate sobs echoed through the sterile corridors, leaving even staff in tears. A hospital insider caught the heartbreaking scene on camera, and within hours it swept across social media, shattering hearts worldwide. But the story didn't end there. A confidential report soon surfaced, suggesting King's suffering might stem from something far more sinister than anyone first believed.
This ain't your fucking restaurant. This ain't your fucking restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name? My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. File your shit. Come back. What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here.
Sources close to the investigation now confirm that tests revealed a mysterious compound in King's system, something far too sophisticated to come from an ordinary fight behind bars. Experts quietly hinted it may have been introduced inside the hospital itself, sparking chilling questions. Who touched his fork, who had clearance to walk in unnoticed, and who wanted him gone even in a place meant to save lives. Then came the internet explosion, a shaky, late-night surveillance clip appearing to show two masked figures sneaking into King's ICU room at exactly 2:47 a.m. I moved toward the bed while the other stood lookout. The footage cuts out abruptly, but the implication was enough to send the web into meltdown. Investigators are now dissecting every visitor record, convinced someone returned to finish the job. Hashtags like #SaveKing and #WhoSilencedKing began trending worldwide. Outside, emotions hit breaking point. Heated arguments erupted between family members, Tiny's relatives reportedly lashing out, while T.I. snapped, shouting, "This ain't karma, this is murder." The clash went viral in minutes, dividing social media. Hours later, an audio clip allegedly from a Georgia prison staffer surfaced. If that boy talks, everything falls apart. He can't leave alive. Though the statement sent shockwaves online. Many now believe King was targeted not for who he is, but for what he uncovered. T.I. fired back with fury. They don't want justice, they want silence. My son's being hunted. Conspiracy theories flooded timelines from industry betrayal to deep state cover-ups. But then, the most chilling claim yet, a nurse confessed King's ventilator shut down for several seconds in the dead of night. Alarms screamed, chaos erupted. Yet when security footage was reviewed, the file was gone. A system glitch, or a deliberate deletion. Fans demanded answers. Some called it industry sabotage, others whispered of organized silencing. Celebrities joined the outcry. Cardi B broke down crying on Instagram. That baby don't deserve this. Snoop Dogg went live. Warning, protect your children. This game is darker than y'all think. His words rippled through the internet like wildfire. Outside Grady Memorial Hospital, chaos erupted. Protesters tore down barricades, chanting, "Protect King, let us see him," while riot police closed in. Helicopters swarmed overhead. The hospital looked less like a recovery ward and more like a battleground. Inside, T.I. refused to leave his son's side. Witnesses say he paced for hours, whispering prayers through tears. Tiny wouldn't release King's hand, forcing nurses to gently move her so they could work, but as dawn crept in, time was slipping away. Doctors began speaking in cold, clinical tones: multi-organ failure, irreversible decline. Each phrase hit the family like a blade. T.I. reportedly snapped, yelling, "You're lying. You're giving up on him." His cries echoed through the ICU, raw and relentless. By sunrise, Atlanta was in chaos. Leaked reports, emotional posts, and conspiracy theories filled every screen. One insider claimed King's heart stopped for 2 full minutes before being revived, a revelation that pushed millions into collective prayer. The truth remains buried, but one fact is certain: King Harris is fighting for his life, and the world refuses to look away. As the reality set in, the internet broke in heartbreak. Timelines overflowed with crying emojis and messages of disbelief. Yet through the grief came darker questions. If his heart already stopped once, what's stopping it again? Was this ever just a fight, or a setup cloaked in tragedy? Inside Grady, sorrow turned to fury. T.I. reportedly erupted, screaming through tears, "If my son dies, I swear the world will know this wasn't an accident." Security had to restrain him as a chair crashed against the wall, the moment captured and shared online within minutes. Outside the ICU, Tiny collapsed once more, gripping a rosary, sobbing uncontrollably as loved ones held her up. That single clip, a mother begging heaven for her child, became one of the most haunting images of the year. But then, the story took a terrifying new twist. A hacker group dropped what they claimed were internal hospital documents, allegedly, revealing traces of forbidden chemicals inside King's bloodstream, substances never listed in his medical records. Their caption read chillingly, "They're not treating him, they're finishing him." Within minutes, the post sent the entire internet into chaos. Outside the hospital, crowds erupted, protesters clashing with riot police, chanting, "Cover up" and "Justice for King." Live streams captured every tear, every scream, pulling in millions of viewers. As Atlanta descended into turmoil, the hip-hop world exploded in outrage. 50 Cent called out industry snakes. Meek Mill warned, "They killed the voice of tomorrow before it could even speak." And Kanye West posted a cryptic message, "Say no to the wrong people, and they come for your bloodline." By now, no one was calling this a street brawl. It had become a full-blown battle of power, money, and silence. Social media split down the middle, half crying for justice, half calling it karma. But inside that sterile ICU, there were no debates, no theories, only the sound of machines keeping a young man alive and a family falling apart. Then came another crushing update. Doctors warned every passing hour pushed King closer to the edge. The Harris family was unraveling under the pressure. And just when the world thought it couldn't get darker, a new leak surfaced. Grainy ICU footage allegedly showing masked figures outside King's room. One carrying a metal case? Real or not, the video spread like wildfire, fueling even more fear. At 11:45 p.m., T.I. finally stepped outside to face the sea of flashing cameras and crying fans. Hands shaking, eyes swollen, he whispered, "They told me to prepare for the worst." The crowd froze in silence. His voice cracked as he continued, "How do you prepare to lose your child? He's fighting for his life in there, please. Pray harder than ever." That moment broke the internet, the clip flooding TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube within minutes. But while T.I. begged for prayers, the public demanded truth. Why were prison cameras conveniently offline during the attack? Why did guards disappear when chaos began? And now, who's making sure King even leaves that hospital alive? The nightmare keeps spiraling. Doctors now admit the next 24 hours will decide everything. King Harris remains in critical condition, his body failing, his fate hanging by a thread. As Atlanta stands frozen in fear, one haunting question echoes across the world. Will King Harris survive? Or are we witnessing hip-hop's darkest tragedy unfold before our eyes?